The art of magic is mystery, majesty, pageantry, and craft. It's also about history, marketing, networking, and more. All of these topics and others are discussed on Magic Talk with your hosts, renowned magician James Lantine and owner of the White Rabbit Magic Shop, Joshua Lantine. Now on Rough Edge FM.
Hey.
Oh, you're not supposed to do that anymore.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh.
Why am I looking at that?
Oh, because I got to turn it off because I'm not. I got to turn that off. And I got to turn that off. And I got to turn that off. And now you can see us.
Yeah.
There is far too much to do when you're in the captain's chair.
Oh, boo-hoo. Come on.
I know. It's a lot to keep track of.
Okay, so hey, when's the last time you played a video game?
It's been a while.
Oh, well, that shows.
You know, it's interesting because when I was growing up and even into my young 20s and stuff like that and 30s, I thought I will never be done with video games.
So you've adapted, you've evolved.
I was so obsessed over them.
Ish.
And, well, yeah, I mean,
some people might call that a regression and not an adaptation or an evolution.
Well, I was like really obsessed with them. And I thought, you know, man, what a sad day when somebody isn't playing video games. And I hardly play them now.
That is true. I was the same way.
I'm just way too old.
Well, what's that supposed to mean about me? I'm only 30.
Yeah, well, you were old before you were old.
Oh, thank you.
So you don't do video games anymore?
No, not as much. No, definitely not. I mean, I'll say this. If I do go and partake in any video games now, I get really sucked into it.
And you play forever.
Yeah, but once I stop, it's like, that's what the sun looks like. And I go and
I just wasted 14 hours of my life.
And then I go and I do other things and I forget about it.
Yeah.
And then I open it up again and I think, oh, maybe it might be cool to play for another 20 minutes. And then 20 minutes turn into 20 hours an entire day.
I get it.
Oh my God. What? Oh, I've time traveled. How did this happen?
So welcome to another episode of Magic Talk. Going back to the Magic Talk show that doesn't talk about magic.
Right.
We were all about video games. Maybe we should just be Magic the Gathering.
Well, that's a card game.
Oh, okay. It's not a video game?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right, then forget it.
So what is your
hatred
you like about cards?
Nothing.
Seriously.
It's not the kind of cards you like.
That was my jam in high school. Are you kidding me?
Magic Gathering?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, I had a corner and I had all my friends. Everyone was a nerd. It was awesome.
Wow. You actually hung out with people in high school?
Yeah, that was surprising to me too.
Yeah. Anyways, it is Magic Talk. This is episode number 214.
Nice.
Ooh. And we are rounding the holidays, which is always really scary because it was just last week. We were talking about what we were going to do over the summer. Now we're talking about what's going on for Thanksgiving and the holiday season.
Christmas.
Yeah. Well, and Hanukkah and all those other things.
Yes. I mean,
all inclusive.
We're going to be all inclusive. I wish I could celebrate all those holidays because that would be awesome. Could you imagine how many presents you're going to get?
Well, I know it'd be amazing.
That would be fantastic.
So here's the deal.
All the cards, all the magic. It was amazing. I can only imagine. If
you got to start bringing some cards back.
Cards
so we
back.
Can start putting them on display.
Why?
You are having such a hard time giving them up, but it would be great for the display.
Well, I mean, I'll share. Yeah, sure. But why?
I know. So
you want to share your things?
I would love to.
Okay.
I share my demo tricks.
The ones that are on the wall?
The ones that I steal and
that's
use in my show, right. But then I put them back under the display when I'm not performing.
Okay.
So here's the deal. Here's something that I think I find somewhat troubling.
What's that?
About magic and magic creation.
Creation?
Yeah. People that are creating new magic effects and things of that nature. Back in the day.
It is difficult, I'll say that.
I know, but back in the day, when magic was being created, it was like the Stratosphere, the Diagon Livestock, Professor Nightmare.
So
I mean,
so in the what would you say, the early 20th century, or not even early, but about, I would say maybe 70s on up, or was it
yeah,
even older than that?
maybe late 70s, early 80s.
So like from there, you have all your classics basically.
Yeah.
That's what's considered classic now.
But when a magic effect was created, it was reproduced.
Yes.
And when they ran out of stock, they reproduced. And when they ran out
they made more.
So yeah, and up until the pandemic, you could still get a Stratosphere, you could still get a Diagon Livestock, and all these traditional, the square and circles and all that kind of stuff. Now, granted, those are staples of magic.
Yes.
And
it's not necessarily that it was created at that point. It was created much earlier than
that.
Yeah,
it was long before I even came along. Yeah, long before I came along. But I'm finding more and more that new effects that are coming out, if you don't grab them on the first release,
they're gone.
There is no second.
Yeah. They're gone. It's like a one and done. They're gone when it's over.
Yeah, there are so many effects that we've gotten that we're like, oh, this is really cool. I like it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're out of stock. And it's like, okay, are they gonna produce anymore? Are they gonna it's almost like playing cards now. Playing cards are not being created to reprint.
No, it is almost, they're trying to design something to be this new collector's fad almost.
Yeah, it's like they're going to produce 2,500 of them or whatever it might be, and that's it.
There are some that I've seen where they do break that particular mold, but it's very far.
Yeah, the Jerry Nuggets and the cherries. I mean, I think they keep going back for reprint on those.
Yeah.
And obviously the bicycles, but a lot of these designer decks, they come out with one batch, and that's it. It's gone. Yeah,
I've noticed that.
And they're kind of doing the same thing with a lot of magic effects. There are things that we ordered and we got them and we sold out, and we go to reorder, and it's like, wait, they're not even in the history anymore.
No, they're completely gone. There's some you try to look up the page, and the page says page doesn't exist.
Yeah,
like they took it off. It's gone.
Yeah, so much of it is, and there's some really good effects, and it's a shame that it's like, everybody makes the mad dash to get them, and they get them, and then it's kind of like, okay, well, now that it's almost like, Xbox and PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
They produce it, and you get the mad dash, the first people get it, and then you don't see them.
Well, you know what happened there.
Well, I do. Their goal is
we have another country to blame for that one.
Their goal is obviously to get it back, more games, but
they want to bring them back.
Oh, I know.
Like, oh my gosh, we ran out of memory chips, and I wonder who did that one. Now they're like, where are we going to get our memory chips back?
Ran out of this, ran out of that.
Yeah.
Geez, what a mess. Anyway, so I don't know if it's just me or if it's a legitimate observation, but
I have noticed it, and I've wondered how much of that is because they're trying to make this whole what would you call it, like this collector's fad,
where it's almost you create this energy and excitement around it, and it's kind of like, you better buy it now because
like that. But it's also, how you have playing cards, and it's you have the first edition of that one playing card, and oh my gosh, when I have that, it's completely rare. That's me. Oopsie.
Oh, continue.
So it's like completely rare. It's my wife. What am I going to do?
Okay.
But it's completely rare, and everybody wants it now. But they're only going to make that small, like 100 of them. And as you go and you get a baseball card, and if you don't get one of those 100, then you're not going to get them ever again.
Well,
now, I don't know if it's people trying to create that, or if it just costs too much money.
I don't know.
I do remember the conversation we were having with Joshua Ray and oh my goodness, Buck
Buck, yes.
Buck. Yeah. They were saying how putting the stuff together, it's time consuming. We know that one.
Yeah.
And it costs a lot of money. Is that it's not, if someone's buying it that many times, I mean, you could imagine that you'd be able to go and put another run through, but is it too much money to be sustainable, or what's?
Well, okay. So if you break down the manufacturing process of a magic effect, it is obviously not like a Rubik's Cube.
No.
They're not producing millions and millions of these things, and then they just keep going back and producing more.
No, not at all.
So when you produce a magic
plastic cheap labor,
I mean, you might produce 500, maybe 1,000, depending on the popularity of the trick.
Yeah.
And you're going to probably sit on a large number of those for most types of magic effects. But then you look at what's involved is you got the manufacturer that's creating it that needs its money. You got the creator who obviously wants to get paid for the idea and what they did. So they want to get paid. The manufacturer wants to get paid for producing the actual item. Yeah. Then you got the distributor like a Murphy's or, a Fun Ink or a D Robbins that they got to get their cut. And then you got the magic shop who's going, yeah, but we're selling them one at a time and we have to, a retail store. So we want to get paid. So you got so many layers in there. We did one project and I think it equated to us making like less than $1 on the product. By the time we finally made it, hours involved and everything else, we made $1. Well, at that point, are you going to invest to go make a lot more? No, you're either going to find a cheaper way to do it, or if it really takes off, you're going to find a cheaper way to do it and get people, or you're just going to let that one thing go out. And when it's gone, it's gone. And so I think unlike a lot of other products, magic, unfortunately, is got such a limited audience.
It can be really expensive. I mean, just the labor intensiveness, depending on your material. If you want it to be a quality trick, you got to have the right material, which can be expensive as well. And then, like you said, the audience, you got to get it out there somehow. And then if you get it out there with any amount of decency, there's all of these layers that you had to go through in order to get that.
Yeah.
Unless you're David Copperfield or one of those guys, and then you have friends up the wazoo could just go, hey, you want to buy my trick? And they're like in droves come and say, yeah, I want to buy your trick.
And speaking of that, there are also effects that I think are made in a decent amount of quantity and they are severely flawed.
Yeah.
But they sell them anyways. And then you're like, okay, well, where's the next batch? And there is no next batch. They pull it off the site and everything. And you're going, well, what happened?
Yeah.
One perfect example is there's two of them that come into mind. TCC, the wooden cups and balls with the solid cups.
Yeah. That one I noticed.
I honestly believe that, we criticized it on our radio show that when you put in a 3/4 inch or a 1 inch ball, that the cup doesn't nest.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3/4 doesn't nest. You have to use like a 1/2 inch ball. So I think in those cases, they get so much flack from producing something that, really should have been checked a little bit more thoroughly. And so they just are like, well, let's just get rid of what we got and we'll kill it. And
so it's too fast, not enough put into it. And it's like, that was a mistake. And it's too late.
Yeah.
Too fast, too late is basically their situation. And then they're now trying to save face, in words.
That's true. All right, we are going to take a quick commercial break for our podcast listeners. For Facebook, just look at our pretty faces.
Don't skip the ad. Just remember that.
Well, now the ad's not going to play because you spoke.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Try again.
That's okay. We got it. We're back. Anyway, another one that comes to mind is the spirit slates that TCC put out. Now, here's one of the things that I've noticed about TCC. They make some really great products,
Yeah,
but I think they also rush some of their products to market.
I think so too. They kind of they say, "Oh, this is a great idea," and then they go and they put it through some type of process to get it made, and then that's like get it out, get it out, get it out type of thing. It's a mad, like you were saying, a mad dash,
Right.
and they're just getting into the mad dash a little too quickly.
Right. Right. But I don't think they're restocking spirit slates. And there was a problem with spirit slates because on their video, they talk about one side having a weak magnet and the other side having a strong magnet. Well, the magnets
Found
were
that
on.
out.
What's that?
Oh well, without trying to reveal too much, but it was only one.
But I think in
Not
the
two.
instructions, it made it sound like it was two,
That might have been
that they were
some-
on both sides.
Well, there's only one slate that is magnetic.
And it has a weak side and a strong side.
Yes, the other slate is dead,
Okay.
which is from
Okay.
what I understand.
The purpose of the weak magnet was so that the other slate could pull it off of it.
That's what confused me too.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
I'm
if
like,
it's
we-
on the same slate, it doesn't make sense because there's no reason.
Yeah,
And so but they from what I gather, that is off the market. You can't, if you go on to Murphy's or whatever and you type it in and you go to look it up, I don't think you will see it.
probably for that reason.
Yeah.
Because either they stopped making it or Murphy's was like, okay, we're not going to keep carrying this because this is not what you guys thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and it's too bad because
It could have been really nice, actually.
they've had a couple of things that we were slightly disappointed in.
Most everything else that they make is actually really good.
Yeah. I mean, their milk in the light bulb was good, but they could have made a couple of design changes that would have made it better. I hope that they don't try to mass produce because they're always coming out with stuff.
Yeah.
And if all they're doing is just getting into that mass production, then the quality of their stuff is going to go down.
That's
Yeah,
going to be a shame, too.
It's going to go down because it's going to be flawed. And so I'm hoping that they don't get into that because that would be sad. Let's see. So that was one observation I had about Magic. So one of the things is if there's something that we really think is going to be hot, we got to get on in the pre-sale
Yeah.
because
that's going to help. 'Cause
Yeah.
Even pre-sales, there's deals to be had with it.
well, and the problem is with us because we're a small store, we wait for the item to get released and then we go to pick it up. Well, on the hot items, some of the larger stores grab them all up.
Yeah.
And then we're left waiting for the second batch, and lo and behold, hey, there's no second batch. So
Happened once or twice.
yeah, it has. And speaking of TCC, we have our item of the week is going to actually be one of their cups, not the wooden ones.
No.
So here we go. Or not.
Try again. It's
I know.
okay.
Well, this one,
Don't get nervous. I know it's been a while since you've played
This-
video games.
this
but
one is not on me because our Stream Deck, for whatever reason, the buttons do not always work. They go
Oh.
off. So here we go.
Is it good? Should I buy it? Does it suck? Did I get ripped off? Is it more of a craft project
250.
than a magic trick? These questions and more answered now on the Magic Item of the Week here on Magic Talk.
I'm really slipping on this whole production thing.
Yeah, you said that right out loud. I can hear you
did,
clear as day.
Yeah. I don't know what the heck is going on.
You haven't played video
I'm
games in I don't
tired.
know how long.
I'm tired.
See, if you don't play your video games, then all of this technology is going to be all that confounded technology. I don't know how the kids do it. That's what you're going to turn into.
Can you imagine that? I was raised in technology since 1993. I was involved in computer technology. And now I'm going to be the guy going, how do you turn off the phone? So, all right. So what do we got?
It's embedded in your hand. And
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know what to do about it.
Well, we used to always do this.
Yeah.
Hey, call me.
That's
Now
what's
we're
gonna
really
happen.
now we're really going to be going like, hey, how's it going? Oh, sorry, wrong side. So we are talking about the TCC product,
Yes,
which is
this is the TCC Artistic Combo Set Cups and Balls.
and I get it a little messed up because I say artesian because of their artesian cups and balls.
Yeah, that was
which
another
is-
model.
Yeah, which is a beautiful set. However, this one is kind of a what would you call it? A dirty brass or
Yes, it's a kind of an aged brass or a little bit more of a bronze.
aged brass? Okay.
And this one, it looks like this.
So they mirror the Murphy's Legends cups and balls.
They do
quite a bit.
It's actually
However-
the look. The basic look is very similar.
Yeah, one thing I did notice, these cups are incredibly heavier
Oh, they're
than the Legends.
tremendously. They actually put a lot of weight behind this. I don't know if it's because of the combo function of it. Like one of them is legitimately heavier for that reason, or if it's just the fact that the cups, because all three of them feel
Yeah. Oh no,
significantly weighted.
they are definitely a heavier cup. I was joking with another magician that you're gonna have to be a bodybuilder to perform cups and balls with these.
the weight. Actually, I have the weight right here. It says it's I think they were saying this in a different weight. The complete set includes including packaging is 1.45 kilograms.
Okay, I have no idea what that is.
That's what your phone is for.
I don't have my phone.
Hey Siri, how heavy is 1.45 kilograms in pounds?
1.45 kilograms is 3.2 pounds.
Did you hear that?
3.2 pounds. Wow.
Did you hear that one?
I
Okay.
did hear that. I think everybody on the air heard that.
That's what I was asking
Okay,
about.
so Legends. What about Legends?
Oh,
And while you're looking that up, one of the things I really like about the cup, one, I actually like the weight.
yeah, it's really good.
I
It's,
do.
It applies to other functions that you can do with the cups, other handlings you can do with the cups. It's actually nice.
You know what's funny is
I don't like a soft, wimpy type of cup. You feel like you're not going to do anything with it.
what's interesting about these cups is, some people like women and stuff like that will get 3-pound barbells just to give a little walking workout.
Okay, are
So
we making enemies today?
we could carry the cups and balls with us and get a little
Oh yeah,
little fitness workout thing. Yeah,
I'll get you your pink little headband
during
and
your walk,
pink,
you could
your
just
pink
hold it
little
in your
wrist
hand and-
wraps and everything.
there you go. So here's the thing I like about it. Number one, it's a combo cup
Yes.
because I do a chop cup routine and I am trying to incorporate it into a baseball theme. But they also sell an individual chop cup that matches this cup, which I am going to create a 4-cup cups and balls routine in the style of baseball.
That sounds like it'd be fun.
Yeah. So I gotta figure that out. It's got a wide mouth, so it's great for big loads. It's got plenty of room for the for a 1-inch ball to hold up in there.
Oh yeah, this one is the cups that we were talking about previously. This one, if you were to equate it to it, it solves all the problems
Yes,
because it's more.
it holds their large loads.
Yes.
that they sell,
Yes.
which the wooden ones did not. It supports a big crochet ball on top, which the wooden ones did not.
No.
And it's a combo cup, which I believe the wooden ones were, but they also sell a single, so I can do a 4 cups and ball routine,
The only thing
which I'm
that
very excited about.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm not happy about in relation to this has nothing to do with the functionality of these cups either, because they look good, they feel good, and they function well. Actually, the one thing that I think helps with their nesting, because there's been a couple of times that we've had cups and balls that don't nest right. It kind of wiggles and everything like that.
Yeah, and
This
basically what we're talking about is when you put the cup, that's a cup on top of the other one, and it gets to the ring.
Yeah.
It wasn't a
just kinda
good
wiggle like
solid.
this.
Yeah, it wasn't a good solid fit. The cup would kind of rock a bit.
This one, you don't have that problem at all. I think because it goes deeper into the cup for one, and it has this double ring.
Yeah,
The double ring helps to add that extra security or stability to the cup, which is really nice. And the chop feature is a nice chop feature. It's not, you don't have to whack the cup onto the table in order to get the chop to release. Actually, we'll go and if just like a nice hearty set down, we'll get it to go,
right.
which is nice. And you can almost do that automatically because the cup's so damn heavy.
That's true. I do know people are going to complain about the weight. There are some people that are going to be like, "Nah, these are just way too heavy." But man, they feel like a good solid piece of equipment.
Yeah, it's very hardy. It's like the only thing that I'm having a problem with, like I was saying, is they were supposed to have a solid cup.
They show it in their picture.
They do. And they even advertise it in the description that the solid cup is not sold with the cups and balls, but it will be sold separately. I can't find it anywhere.
Right.
Which would be awesome to have the solid cup feature.
It would, because I really like that solid cup feature.
And this, I don't know what the heck is wrong with it, but they don't have the stupid solid cup.
Yeah.
It's not even on the TCC website. It's very weird.
Well, we'll
if
do
it's-
some inquiry with that and see
Yeah.
what we can find out.
I don't know if you can only get it in China or
Yeah.
what.
Might be too heavy to ship.
Yeah, right. If this is as heavy as it is, you go get the solid
It's
cup.
like it's gonna be a 5-pound cup.
Yeah,
So
that'd be funny.
just in one.
That would
All
be
right.
very funny. So
Um,
you see, it's a solid cup, and then bam, it goes and shatters through the table. Hell,
oh my gosh, could you imagine performing on a glass tabletop? Wow.
There's a few other features. You do get a combination, or what do you call that? A travel bag with this as
Yes.
well, just to let you know, because it does say it in the description. And the travel bag that you get is a nice velvet blue bag, has the TCC brand on it and everything like that, and it keeps your cups nice and shiny and not scratched the entire time. And look at the gorgeousness of this package.
People on radio can't see that.
Well,
It's lined with a beautiful gold
it's almost
cloth, and
yeah. It's almost like silk. Actually, that is very similar to the Legends.
it is. The box and everything.
Yeah.
Everything about it is very similar.
It's like a sister to the Legends.
I'm willing to bet that they probably had them manufactured at the same place.
You know, it's a good manufacturer. They make quality cups and balls. Except this time they said, "Hey, if you can make your cups, guess what? Ours are going to be heavier."
Yeah, something. All right, we will come right back after this break. And people on Facebook, freeze. And we're
done?
back. Huh?
I was going to say, are we done?
Yeah, we're done. We're back.
There's a whole lot of silence, and sometimes I have a problem with silence.
I know. Radio silence is a beautiful thing. So we have the Christmas season coming up.
Yes.
And a lot of people tend to tailor their shows towards the Christmas seasons. They add little, Christmas silks or whatever to their show. By this time, I would assume that most working magicians probably have a pretty full schedule in December.
You think so?
I do. I mean, the ones that are, working the scenes and really doing the hustle are probably already booked up because most parties have already been planned. But if you have not, it is still never too late, because as much as there might be last minute magicians trying to get bookings, there are also last minute organizations and organizations and groups that are last minute planners. And a lot of times they tend to miss out on some of the other performers that they may have grabbed in the past. So it's an opportunity for you to maybe score a booking that they might have gone to somebody else with.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to boost up your social media presence and start working the streets and hustling and networking and getting those shows.
You know what that means nowadays, right?
What?
Working the streets.
Yeah, it means like go out there and get jobs.
Yes, in a word. You're not wrong. I mean,
I know I'm not wrong. So,
it depends on what type of job you're looking for, I guess.
so do you have a deck of playing cards for us?
I do have a deck of playing cards.
You
for us.
have a deck of playing cards for us.
Is
All
that
right.
a question?
No, I know that was a stupid question.
There are no stupid questions, but
we-
I will look at you funny for it.
We're going to try to get our PCAA going. I still call it PCA, Playing Cards Anonymous.
Oh, it's Playing Cards Addicts Anonymous. Are playing cards supposed to be anonymous? I do have one of those.
An anonymous playing card?
Yeah, it's completely blank on all sides.
Really?
Yeah, you can't tell what it is.
Oh.
It's anonymous.
Okay.
It could be whatever it wants to be because it's anonymous.
So that's called a double back blank.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Or a double blank
Yeah.
face, whatever. I don't know. Well, what would you call it? Would it be a back or a face?
exactly.
Okay, so let's cue it on up. Or not. I'm telling you,
Batting
this
1,000
is
today,
not me. This is not me. This is
it's
definitely
not my fault.
it's definitely technology. So here we go.
There is an outbreak among us. It is limited to only a small portion of our population. They have a sickness. They have an addiction. They collect bicycle playing cards, which is bad for them, but great for us because we have almost 500 decks of playing cards to choose from. They'll go crazy in here. They'll spend every last penny they... This is their story. This is Playing Cards Anonymous here on Magic Talk.
All right. See that? I got us back.
Well,
So-
hi, I'm Josh, and I'm.
Oh
a
my
playing card
gosh, you're
addict.
gonna open that one?
What?
That's like a collector's piece.
This one?
They only have blacks left. They don't have whites left.
This is a white one.
I know. They only have the black ones left.
Really?
So I ordered a bunch of black ones because they're running out.
Really?
But yeah.
Huh?
Oh gosh, you're killing me. All right, go ahead.
If you can't use it, what is it worth?
I get it.
It's a paperweight if you don't use it.
I know. I get it. I get it.
This right here is the Tally-Ho Masterclass. This is a collaboration from the the Gambler's Warehouse, and it's with Pablo from 4 p.m. Designs.
Okay. Well, talk into the mic.
4 p.m. Designs. Pablo, Gambler's Warehouse, and Pablo from 4 p.m. Designs.
Okay.
That's what it says here on the description.
And there's a Tally-Ho Masterclass.
It is a Tally-Ho
comes in
Masterclass.
black and white.
Yes.
We are getting probably, which will be our last shipment of black ones in. And
Okay.
Josh probably just opened up the last white one we have.
Absolutely not. We still have 3 more. So get it while you can.
Yeah.
Since we were on the topic of things that keep going out right when they get in,
Yeah.
get them while you can.
So how much are these cards?
These cards are $20
$20. Wow, that's a good deal.
for a collector's thing. Yeah, exactly. I was actually impressed. I thought, oh, this is going to be one of those $40 deck ones, and it was going to be super expensive. You wouldn't want to open it because of how much it is, but actually it's pretty reasonable. And now what we have here, inside here, let's go to the first way. 2 different Jokers.
2 different Jokers. Now
Almost identical.
the Jokers are designed. It's like a horseshoe with a boom mic. I almost thought that was a magic wand that has a cord and a tassel to the end of it.
Yeah.
So it's like a horseshoe with a boom mic going through the horseshoe, which is connected to a mic cord, but there's a tassel instead of an XLR. So,
Oh my god, I hate that.
what
Kills
were you
me.
gonna sneeze?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it killed me because it didn't happen. Now, the back is very different. It's a very different back from what other Tally-Hos look like. Actually, no, other Tally-Hos, they tend to look like more traditional with the What would you say, like a traditional casino bicycle
Yeah,
style?
they got the fan backs and the circle
Yeah.
backs, and
A little more traditional in their style of it. And this one actually very different. If you take a look right there, the cards that you get with it, they're pretty typical for the gaff cards, but they're very useful. You have a double back. You also have a blank face,
okay.
which is nice. I appreciate that because you can do a lot with those two. And every single card appears to be illustrated. The entire deck, all of the different cards that you have, both pips and the court cards, have a different illustration.
So the numbered cards is more of like a border kind of illustration,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, you got borders on both sides, really.
Right.
But
And
the pips are even different. Like they've
very
redesigned
decorative.
what?
Very decorative.
Yeah, they redesigned the whole entire. Actually, this one's cool. The nice thing about it is you can still read these pips. It's not like some of the designer decks I've seen where they're very, very different.
Like
You can barely read them. It's
ours.
so different. Yeah. What?
Like ours.
Well, I mean, you tried to get creative with.
Well, we did get creative, and I think it's a great artistic deck.
Yeah,
So,
you got very creative with rabbits and the different pips.
and are these the traditional tally ho stock?
Yes, actually, let me see. Here the features, the stock itself. Yeah, it's the actually it's a stock you can get from they usually get from Gambler's Warehouse. What they tend to use, especially when they produce a deck. So it has that not super thick, but then also not super thin type of deck. It kind of feels more comparable to a traditional rider back. I mean, you were playing around with some of the cards, right? It kind of has that hardiness to it with the traditional rider back. When
Sure.
you go and you open up one from, let's say, even Walmart or one of the other retail stores, but it feels more like an expert playing card deck, where the finish of itself, it has a little bit more of a slicker finish. The fan is actually really even. I don't have to do too much to it in order to get it to react and to go through. Fans really smoothly. The cuts, I noticed these cuts are very they hold a good chunk when you cut them. It's not flimsy.
And what about the Pharaoh?
The Pharaoh, let's see, where are we Pharaohing from today?
And you said these decks are $20.
$20, yes.
Okay.
Now this
So-
one, no face, but like butter from the back. This
So-
one, much like other tally hos, we've had that in the past where it will go straight from the back really smoothly.
Okay. So
You can
back Pharaoh, but it's real smooth from the back.
Yes.
Alrighty. All right, Josh, we have our Magic Burrow tonight. That is happening at 7 p.m.
Yes.
on November 2nd. So if you are in the listening area, come on down, stop in and see us. Tonight's theme is mentalism without cards.
That's gonna be hard.
So yeah, I know there's so much of that. But anyway, thank you all for listening and tuning in. Thank you for putting up with our how would you say it?
Our non-magic
defective-
magic talk.
Our defective equipment.
Oh well, that was your problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm blaming the equipment because
That's like a gamer who goes and blames the fact that they're not doing good because the controller's not working.
yeah, it's sticky.
It's sticky. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Okay. You got shot 37 times because your controller's sticky. Okay. And not because you were looking around and couldn't see anybody. And then they came out from behind you.
Can I just end the show?
Why?
Because
Having fun.
we got to set up an escape room too.
All right. That's fine.
So, alrighty, we will talk to you all next week. Hope you enjoy. Have a great start of the new, and don't forget Sunday is daylight savings time.
Wait, are we losing time or gaining time?
We get an extra hour.
It's gonna be so-
Yeah, so you can sleep one more hour.
Yay.
Anyway, we'll talk to y'all next week. Have a great week.
abracadabra, hocus pocus, presto. Pick a card, any card. Some words are magic. They sparkle with the promise of something wonderful. But they're still just words until you add that something wonderful to the mix. And that's what you'll find at the White Rabbit Magic Shop in Santa Paula. Their inventory includes world-class tricks and illusions that are not only for sale, but that they will teach you to master. In addition, White Rabbit Magic Shop is world-renowned for its amazing collection of bicycle playing cards, with nearly 500 decks in stock. So, if you're serious about magic, then say it with us. At the White Rabbit Magic Shop, we believe in magic. The White Rabbit Magic Shop, located at 15500 Telegraph Road, Suite B15 in Santa Paula. For more information, please call 805-850-3051 or check us out online at wr-magic.com. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.